HGTV welcomes you to the following presentation of Grizzlies High School Sports.
Welcome, Grizzly fans, back to the Grizzly Den for Week 3 of high school football for the Grizzlies. Today's matchup is the Blue Knights of West versus your hometown Goffstown Grizzlies. With me, as usual, is the best stats man in the business, Jeff Hubbard, and behind the scenes, Adam McCune, and Jeff Ruthier behind the camera.
Once again, Al, third consecutive week here. We had Merrimack, Londonderry last week, and we got reasonable weather again. We've dodged the bullet of rain or any terribly significant wind all season. Looking forward to another good football weather day today.
It's going to be a beautiful day. Looks like West is, someone's going to come out of this week, Jeff, with the victory. We got two 0-3 teams. It's going to be an interesting matchup today after seeing what West has gone through for the first couple of weeks. Seeing some consistent improvements for the Grizzlies over the last couple of weeks, according to Coach Huff. He's really seen some improvements on the offensive line, the defensive line. He was very pleased with seeing the stopping of the run, because that Londonderry Lancer team last week, that's a heavy run rush offensive team. They really did a good job. It was towards the ending of the game in the fourth quarter that the stamina, I think, played a factor in that game.
It does. The short bench, and we can get into that a little more later, but a short bench for Goffstown is really going to play an impact into every game this season. When you get late in the game, third and late into the fourth quarter, we've got to have those extra bodies to put in and keep some fresh legs in the game, and that's going to hurt us with the short bench out.
Fresh legs is certainly important, especially when you're playing 4 quarters of football. So, Jeff, let's take a look at what happened around the league just last night. Bedford, wow. What can we say about Bedford? 19-0 over Londonderry. They kept that defense, that running defense again, that running offense, rather, really kept them to a minimum. They continue to impress the D1, and I think they're sending some shockwaves to some D1 perennial favorites. I really do.
Well, again, with the Bedford taking out Pinkerton in week 1, I think that set the tone for them so far this season, and I think that they really are right at the top of the Division I circuit right now. I mean, you got Pinkerton rated now in the power rankings down at like number 5 or 6, and they were really a top 2 team coming into this season, and I think Bedford's going to be strong all year long. Bedford's
I think so.
Really
the other big contender is certainly Concord. Concord beat Merrimack 55-0. Now Merrimack, remember, did a number on us. They did a number on West 2 weeks ago, and you're looking at an impressive offense that put up. Combined, Merrimack and Memorial put up 15 touchdowns, 3 of which were in the last minute of the first half. That's an impressive offense, and they were just completely shut down 55-0 by Concord. Concord's going to be right up there with Bedford as well.
Concord is quite a rushing team. You've got a couple of Division III schools, too, in the power rankings right now, Al, with Trinity ranked in there. And really, for teams coming up out of a Division II to be rated in the top 10 with Division I teams in this state, that shows you how well they're looking.
I guess it's really, making the folks over at NHI AA look pretty impressive that you got teams like Bedford and you got these D2, D3 teams coming up and really immediately making an impact. Also around the league, we had Nashua South last night beat Timberland 38-13. Spalding 26-0 over Nashua North. The one that impressed me, however, was Elvern. Elvern over Dover 42-32. That's another team that's Elvern, coming up into D1 territory and doing a job on Dover by a good 10 points. That's a lot of offense.
And a lot of kids look for Elvern to be a solid program for the next couple of years. The kids in Elvern that are at the youth level were kids that were also contending for state championships, in their younger years. So watch the sophomore class coming up through Elvern to continue to provide them with a solid program for the next couple of years. And Al, to put it frankly, I guess, today, this is really the litmus test right now for Goffstown. The Grizzlies need to put something up today against the West team. They're going to have to do something to pull out a W here. Starting at 0-2, they're playing a team right now that they should be able to compete with. And we'll see what they're made out of. We'll see what kind of.
It's a struggling West team, and it's a great opportunity right now for the Grizzlies to take advantage. Had a chance to talk to the coach before the game. His favorite. I asked him. I said, "Do you have a favorite? Do you like to pass? You like to throw?" He said he likes to throw, probably more than most high school coaches. And every option, every time Casey gets that ball, he has the ability to either run, keep it himself, pass it off, or make that pass. And I think today, we're going to see Casey air that up a little bit more. My prediction today, folks, I think Casey's going to throw for 160 yards, 3 touchdowns. 2 of them are going to be to Christian Marquis, the Ginger Ninja himself.
Oh, the Ginger Ninja, and that'd be tremendous. You know, I would look to see a very quiet Timmy Como come out of the woodwork also. Timmy's been injured, obviously played last week with a broken nose and 10 stitches in his nose. Timmy plays tough. He had some tackles for us last week defensively, but also his only receptions last week were taken back by penalties.
A lot of flags last week.
So look for Timmy to really work to get free and make something happen on the field. The Casey-Timmy combination in years past has been very effective.
They're going to go back to it today.
And you know, Casey, let's see, last week against Londonderry, week 1, he had 155 passing yards. That was splitting the games with Collins. And last week, playing his first whole game, 242 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. You know, you can't say too much about this young sophomore coming in at quarterback for us.
He's doing a heck of a job. I think a lot of that has to do, Jeff, with the amount of targets. We talked about this before the game. And, you know, the amount of targets that he has for him, you get someone like Matt Collins. Coach commented that it's great to have such competition at the quarterback, but the reason they have such great competition is because they have great athletes. You know, Matt Collins might not be taking the snaps right now, but he's a major contributor on the team. Coach said not only look out for him to be the starting safety of the game today, but also look out for that slot receiver. He had a couple plays last week, Jeff. It was reminiscent of Wes Welker. I mean, the way he ran the pattern, the way he caught the ball, the way he was tackled, bounced up, it was Wes Welker-like.
2 grabs in the slot, 1 for 16 yards, 1 for 17 yards last week, 33 total yards for Matt. And really, what a great performance in those 2 good catches. They were in the traffic in the middle, and he came down with them, held on to the ball, and got us moved the chains for us twice.
Yep.
I think that's a key point to make.
Jeff, how about the defense for the Grizzlies? How are they looking?
Well, defense is looking solid again. Usual suspects, Al. Just looking at the stats here, Ryan Pennard put up 9 tackles again last week.
I'm telling you, if I had him in my fantasy football, I'd be scoring points every week.
Ian Ruthier, 8 more tackles last week. You know, we had some other big contributors. You know, throughout the first couple games, but you've got Pennard with 20 tackles on the season and Ruthier with 19 tackles and a sack leading the way. These guys are sort of pulling away defensively. Ryan Pennard and Ian Ruthier really stepping up as our big stoppers on D.
You know, the coach said after week 1, what they try to do is they want to try to work on the things that they were a little deficient upon. And after week 1, he specifically said they want to work on tackling. And on that major running force of an offense of Londonderry, the Lancers that they were, they did a good job up until the 4th quarter. And coach said they really got to just work on the stamina. He was happy with the way that they progressed. He seems as though they're progressing each and every week, improving on those deficiencies and just really taking it to that team the following week.
And with Londonderry's running game, I think we pointed out a couple of deficiencies that Goffstown was running into on defense also, Al. One of the things that we had was stopping your standard sweep. That was a major issue for us. The edges were soft. I think you saw on Zachary Como's side of the defense, you saw him come way up, and he made a couple of nice hits for us right at the line of scrimmage. Met the play right there. We need the right side of our defense, the left side of the offense, to really step up, move forward, and that's Flowmaster's side of the defense.
Yep.
We need that side to step up and really make a little bit more contact for us, Al, up near the line of scrimmage and not 7 yards deep.
Yeah, and how about that play by Alex Duvall, Flash Gordon? He saved the day on one of those touchdown plays. You know, you got kids every single week just stepping up, making one small play, one small contribution. It might mean think small, but in the long run, it's really big. You know, looking at what West did last week, they had the unfortunate pleasure of meeting with Bedford last week, 61-0. At the half, Bedford led 35-0. They outgained West 253 to 85 yards. That's a long day for the defense for West to stand up to any team, let alone having to do it against Bedford.
Yep. You know, let's talk about a couple of offensive categories here real quick, Al, too. Just team leaders for Goffstown. Connor Bork, 142 total rushing yards.
He's the go-to man on the ground for sure.
And a touchdown run this year to go with his 2 touchdown receptions, Al. Over 300 total yards because he's got 171 yards receiving. You've got Casey Gervais now with a cumulative total, okay? Now this is 103 rushing yards in 2 games, 397 passing yards. Casey in 2 games, and one, Al, was really a half game for him.
Sure.
500 total yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 5 passing touchdowns in 2 games. Really a game and a half.
Sure.
I mean, that's
it's confidence. It's confidence in the pocket when he takes that snap in the shotgun. It's confidence when he's under pressure and he takes the ball himself and he runs it in. He's just very confident. I keep saying it week after week, but the confidence and the composure of a sophomore in high school is really an asset, and that's one of the skill sets that a good quarterback in Division I high school football needs.
You know, there's another big contributor here on the offense, too, and it's one of your favorites. It's the Ginger Ninja. Christian Marquis with over 100 yards receiving. He is a factor. And, Al, I agree with you 100%. If we can get Timmy Como and the Ginger Ninja into the game today, I think Goffstown could look
last
good.
week it was interesting. We commented on the fact that it took a while for Connor Bork and Christian Marquis to get involved in the game. But, boy, when they did, they definitely made some impact. Christian Marquis for a touchdown. Connor Bork just running all over the field, especially that short pass on the out pattern. And when he cuts that corner and he has Green in front of him, no one's going to stop him.
You know, Goffstown really needs to work on using some bigger bodies with the run up the middle. Get Connor Bork out in space. Get a couple of heavier hitters, the Damian Jacksons, some of the other guys that are going to be in there at running back. You can even use Marquis in that position. You could use Tyler Gill when these guys are healthy. Use them to help set up the run, too. Let's get Connor Bork out in space. This kid is exciting to watch. He makes things happen out in open space.
Yeah, he sure is. The other person on that quick short pass that was involved a little bit on a couple of plays was Tanner Putnam. You know, forget about just using his leg in the game. Let's get him on that short pass. He was moving the chains, pickup of at least 7-8 yards every time he touched the ball. I think he's, as you put it last week so eloquently, Jeff, was that he offers some thud on the offensive ball. When you're going to try to tackle him, you're going to feel it. You're going to know you're playing high school football, especially here at the Grizzly Den. You know, we talked about Matt Collins, the Wes Welker-like, and talk about just the amount of targets. I mean, everybody that we've just mentioned, Jeff, I mean, let's go down the list. Let's start with Big Tex, Paul Teixeira, number 81, wide receiver. I call him a tight end. He reminds me of a tight end. That's a big target. You got Timmy Como. You now have Tanner Putnam. You have Connor Bork. You have Christian Marquis. You have Matt Collins in the slot. All of a sudden, this is becoming a team that's really putting together a lot of options on that offensive side of the ball.
There really are. And look for Casey to once again spread the ball around today. He's just a heady player. He's going to run when he has to. He's going to move the ball around and look for an exciting offensive day from this young sophomore.
I think so. Folks, it sounds like they're coming into the field right now. And, you know, Jeff and I just want to say our favorite takeaway last week was Jeff's comment.
It was
the Como Crunch. Thanks, folks. Enjoy the game.
GTV welcomes you to the following presentation of Grizzlies High School Sports.
Okay, folks, game 3. Someone's going to leave here with a win in their column. Jeff, care to take a prediction?
You know, Al, I like Goffstown today. I really like the Grizzlies to step up and come in and put up a good offensive performance today. We've got a couple of healthy players back and a couple of changes on defense. Matt Collins at safety. We got Psycho back in the secondary.
Who's Psycho, Jeff?
That's Justin Warner.
Nice. Well, we'll call him Psycho. I think, you know, the Grizzlies look coming off a strong performance last week, I think, only losing by 2. Well-balanced offense, running the ball, passing the ball. Like I said, I think I really think Casey's going to have a big game. And I only said 160 because I think we're going to be up by too much, that they're going to end up running the ball and running the clock. That's my prediction. 3 touchdowns, 2 to Christian Marquis.
That's a bold prediction, Al. Three touchdowns to the Ginger Ninja.
Ball was mishandled
out of bounds
by Johnson Conglaves.
Looks like
by
Manchester's
West.
taken over on their own 4.
That's a heck of a place to start, Jeff.
Great field position for the Grizzlies.
You know, Jeff, I did hear that we got a kicker.
Kicker.
We recruited maybe on waivers, picked up a kicker. Let's see, number 37, Jake Nault. He's a junior. I guess he can really pound that ball.
Jake Nault. Now, Jake has been in street clothes most of the season. Apparently, he is suited today on the sidelines. We've got a few players back in uniform today, Al, that have been out for a while.
Zach Terrio is a quarterback for the Blue Knights. from his 4, keeps it
Oh,
in on the tackle early.
Mitchell, that's Flowmaster with the sack.
That's Flowmaster, number 22, Mitchell Couson. I also saw 57, Cam Bond, in on the tackle on late.
That looks like Flowmaster, a yard or 2 loss on the sack.
Boy, this would translate into nice field position if we can stop him.
This is great. You know, that's only the 2nd sack of the season for Goffstown, Al. Ian Ruthier has one, and now Flowmaster also.
Zach Terrio actually from his end zone. Flags are on the field, Jeff.
Looks like we have a false start on Manchester. Oh, I don't know. Or it could be a neutral zone infraction on Goffstown. It is on Goffstown, Al. It looks like they were drawn. That may have been Cam Bond over there on the right side of the defense, just a little eager.
All right, we want to pin him back. We don't want to give him extra yards for nothing. Number 26, Joseph Roble, is the running back for the Blue Knights. Tripped up on the play was number 7, Johnston Conglaze. First down for the Blue Knights.
He was brought down by Psycho. Good to have him back already today.
He had a lot of open space, so he got tripped up. We needed that trip.
Justin had 6 tackles in the first game of the season, Al, before getting injured. It's good to have him back already. Another sophomore contributor.
Blue Knights 1st and 10. Right up the middle. Ryan Bernard.
Boy.
Ian Ruthier in on the tackle for the Grizzlies.
Ian and Ryan, boy, those two certainly leading the defense here statistically so far. You know, Mitchell, after a great play on the first play of the game there with the sack, he's been taking a wide route on the outside, and he's been put to the turf a couple times here.
Run up the middle, find no way to go. Ian Ruthier. Sam Sharon, number 11 for the Grizzlies, in on the tackles. 3rd down, 3 yards to go for the Blue Knights.
It's good to see Sam, big junior, athletic kid, real athletic kid. Good to see him getting back in on the action. Be interesting to see Sam come back in on the offensive side of the ball too, Al.
Another weapon. Zacterio, quarterback, rolls out to his right. In on the tackle early is Ian Ruthier.
Again.
On the help at the end was Flash. Alex Duvall, number 9 for the Grizzlies.
That's Ian's 3rd of the day already.
I think there's a magnet in the ball, and there's a magnet in his chest. He just goes right after it.
Sucked right to it. You know, Al, Sam Sharon, he only has 1 reception on the year, 25-yard touchdown reception. It would be nice to see them go back to him. He got no looks last week, Al, after a 25-yard touchdown in the first
Interesting.
game.
You got a playmaker like that, we got to make things happen with him. Get him involved.
Oh, Couson absolutely.
We need some help here. Open field. Flag is down. He has a lot of room. No one's going to catch him. It's number 26 for the Blue Knights, Joseph Roble.
Wow, there is a flag on the play. We got laundry on the field, Al, but Mitchell Couson stepped up, had the tackle in the backfield, but was standing straight up and down and tried to make a one-arm shoulder tackle and got absolutely torched by the running back on that play.
He's a big boy. He's going to add some thump to that run.
Boy, these Grizzlies have to break down, get low, hit hard and wrap up. To make
After the first week, Coach Huff mentioned that the secondary needs to support the linebacking crew and the defensive line to eliminate those big plays, and that's an example right there of that secondary closing in. And we got to get there sooner. We got to get there in a little bit tighter, Jeff.
You know, and it's interesting, too. Mitchell Cousin is absolutely one of the team leaders with enthusiasm and energy. He's always up for the challenge. But it is interesting that he's playing at the defensive end position. He's a small body for that spot.
Very small body for a big position. Zach Terrios set back to pass. Pass is incomplete. Broken up on the play. Alex Duvall, number 9. Pass intended for number 22. That's Eric Bro for the Blue Knights.
And talk about timing, Al. Alex got there just as the ball hit the receiver in the hands to jar it loose. Great play by Duvall.
Nice timing on that hit.
Nice play. That's one of those stats that really goes unrecognized. It's not a tackle, but boy, it was worth a tackle right there.
Oh, dragged down by Ian Routhier. Ryan Pernard polished things off at the top.
Wow, Routhier did a great job hanging on. And
it's like our West player is a little injured on the play.
You know, you got to make note of that, though. Ian wrapped up and held on to that tackle, Al. You got to get low and wrap up. If you can control a ball carrier's legs, they're going nowhere, Al.
It's like he's being helped up, out on his own, walk back on his own. Let's see. A little bit of a limp for sure.
Yeah, but Al, it's always great to see an injured player with what's a potential leg injury get up and walk on his own weight.
Yep.
You know, that really lets you know that you know, even if he needs to take some time to get past this, he's going to be okay. He's walking, he's putting weight, he's bearing weight.
He's walking slow.
It's always a good feeling to see those guys get back up.
Looks like the coach has made some adjustments over on the defense, like you said, Jeff. Not only do we have Matt Collins in at the safety position, but like you said, Flowmaster number 22, Mitchell Cousin, playing that defensive end position. So it looks like the coach kind of shuffled things around week to week to see who we're playing, and what opportunities arise from the team that we're playing.
Yeah, and it's an interesting spot because we do have some tall bodies, like a Timmy Como, Patrick Leahy, Teixeira.
That fit the description of a defensive end, sure.
But as we say that, there goes Cousin.
There he goes. He gets right in there.
And makes a tackle. Again, that's the diving shoulder chop. There is no wrapping there.
No wrapping, but he gets the job done. Good for Flowmaster.
I'd still love to see him wrap, Al. It's just a comforting feeling to know somebody's got a hold of the ball carrier.
Looks like the Blue Knights are going to punt. Set back to receive. We have Flash, Alex Duvall, and number 5, Christian Marquis.
You know, Al, I hammer on the wrapping with the tackling, but there is a majorly important reason for that, and it's because the better runners in this state, the Walthers, the Sudans, those guys are not going down with a shoulder check. Young TJ Urbanik, also over at Pinkerton, who is running right behind Lattimore there. That's a great 1-2 punch. And
these are strong runners, strong bodies.
Neither of those guys are going down because of a shoulder check.
No. Jeff, did you get a chance to see what the call? Oh, looks like it's on the Blue Knights. False start on the Blue Knights. Delay a game.
Poised to kick again.
In the technical term, as we've learned from last week, folks, what is that called?
Oh, it's a do-over.
It's called a do-over.
Hopefully after last week we don't experience the double, triple, and quadruple
do-overs. High snap for the punter.
Oh, and he's
It's
running.
a fake. Oh, not faking out. That's Sam Sharon, number 11, and Ryan
55.
Pernard in on that tackle. That was awfully nice. Jeff, he hit him so hard his helmet popped off.
Boy, Sharon got there first, had control of the ball carrier. Pernard came in and hit both of them so hard, his own teammate's helmet came flying off, and he took everybody to the ground. You know, Al, we've said that before, though. Ryan really is just consistently one of the defensive players for Goffstown that provides that thump.
Well, here's our first look at the Grizzly offense for the game. Casey Gervais takes the snap, keeps it himself, and first play, Gervais in the end zone. Number 18, sophomore Casey Gervais. Grizzlies on the board very quickly, Jeff. 6-0 over the Blue Knights of West.
26-yard touchdown scamper on the first play of the game.
Maybe we won't see much throwing today if we can run the ball and block like that.
Boy, a hole was opened up there for Goffstown, and Casey saw it and went. Now we've got
51.
51 up to kick.
That's Mike Simons. He's a senior,
And
and it is good. Extra point is good for the Grizzlies. 7 over the Blue Knights with 7:23 remaining in the first quarter. That was rather quick action there, Jeff.
new kicker out there on the field, and already paying dividends. I guess that somebody else had to come in now. Tanner Putnam being out with a concussion this week, we needed another kicker. Goffstown set to kick off. Let's only hope they can have a kick as good as the last one, Al.
Looks like he's got a leg.
Oh, this is a squib.
Short one.
Tier. And it's
and
just out of bounds.
Just missed it.
Boy, that looks like they're going to have to do the do-over, Al.
Another do-over, the technical term.
Although Connor Bork and Zachary Como were both very close to downing that thing before it went out of bounds. And actually, if they could have gotten possession, they would have actually recovered it as it had gone past the 10-yard mark on the kick.
Blue Knights are set to take over at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
And it looks like we've got Timmy Como back in the game now. Timmy's down on the D line, which I guess is why he's not, at an end spot. Let's see what happens here.
Run right up the middle, tripped up by Kusan. You know, that might be the new position, defensive end, and I think probably because of his speed, Jeff.
Well, he wrapped up that time, Al. Good
That's
tackle.
right.
Good tackle. He's been active, too. 2 tackles and a sack now. He is active. Like I said earlier, Al, you got to give him credit. He keeps the other kids fired up. He's got energy that doesn't quit all game long. He was like that last year also. Really a big team motivator.
Zach Terrio and Joseph Roble for West in the back. 2 steps back, nowhere to go. Rolls to his right, looks to pass. Pass is complete to number 18. That's Prince Nehemiah. That will move the chains as they cross over midfield. Blue Knights will have a first down in Grizzly territory for the first time, Jeff.
Yeah, they cross midfield. We'll see what the Grizzlies can do here. Still well outside of any kind of field goal range.
Hand off to Joseph Doblé, Alex Duvall, Zach Como, and Ian Ruthier. I'm sorry, number 80.
Timmy Como.
Timmy Como, part of the Como Crunch.
And Ian Ruthier, whose grandparents just came in, proud grandparents here to see him today.
They're getting settled. I don't think they saw the play.
Ian just got his 5th tackle on the day out.
Second down with 6 to go for the Blue Knights. A flag immediately as they're not even set.
Boy, they
on
have
the
too
line.
many on the field, Al.
It looks like a lot of white shirts.
I'm counting more than there should be.
There are 12 players. That is one too many. That will cost the Knights.
Yeah. Extra men are always helpful, but if you can't get away with it, Al, it's a penalty.
Have a lot of open guys, that's for sure.
5-yard penalty. Still second down and 11.
Zach Terrio in the shotgun, set back with him is Joseph Roble. Man in motion, Prince Nehemiah.
Oh.
There's another
It
flag
looks
on
like
the play.
Cam Bond again on the right side of the defense. I'm going to say this for the next few years with Cameron. He is always an active ball player. He's almost too anxious. He's going to draw the penalties.
He wants to get at it.
He hits until the whistle, and sometimes even a moment or two after. And he wants to start. He wants to start the play early, Al.
Penalty against the Greystown Grizzlies. Offside. Penalty on second down.
He's certainly a gamer, though, Al.
Got to have passion. Zach Terrio drops back. Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 18. That's Prince Nehemiah. Pass is incomplete.
Cam Bond, while he was blocked, almost got a hand on that pass, Al. He was in the quarterback space. Pressure, pressure that helps. The quarterback didn't have an open line at his receiver, and the result is another incomplete pass.
Set back to pass. Pass intended for number 1. That's Zachary Allard. Pass is incomplete. On the coverage was Sam Sharon, as well as number 26. That's Justin Wayner. I think you call him Psycho.
Psycho on the coverage. Boy, that ball was there, Al, too.
That was a quick pass.
That hit number 1 in the number, and he dropped it. That was there. You know, we've had a case of the drops in earlier games this year, but boy, the quarterback got the ball there.
Looks like the Knights are set to punt off. That's their kicker, number 8, Tim Pizak.
Let's see how we can do on this one, Al. Last punt attempt, he ended up running.
Oh, we don't have anybody really back there right now. Oh, that's taking a Knight bounce for sure. At the 7-yard line, the Grizzlies will take over deep in their own zone. 1st and 10 for the hometown Grizzlies with 5 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock of the first quarter.
Looked like up about the 12 or 13 there, Al, but
Is it the 12?
yeah, it's still tough field position for Goffstown to start with. But let's see. We've only seen one offensive play so far, a 26-yard touchdown run by Casey.
We've only seen one play is right. Let's see if, just for the fans, let's see a couple of plays before we score. Oh, he's got a lot of threats out on that right side. He's got Big Tex, he's got Ginger Ninja.
Oh, and he tried to keep
Yes,
it
he
again.
kept it, brought down hard on the ground by number 79.
It looks like they read
That's
that.
William Mann. He's a senior for the Blue Knights.
That was a pickup of about a foot, maybe.
Hard-fought foot for sure. Casey Gervais in the shotgun with a lot of people. Steps back,
for Matt
has a
Collins.
man just out of the reach of Matt Collins.
Boy, I'm not sure if Collins was looking for that sideline pattern the whole way. He picked up the peso and laid out for it, but Casey aired it out, and Matt seemed to have a slow pace off the line.
He would have been gone.
Uh-oh, we have
There was nobody.
Big Joe Small down.
Big Joe Small, just like your friend Tiny, number 75. Getting up slow. Looks like he has to make it to the sideline. He looks okay. He's walking off.
He was, looks like
Charlie Horse.
he looks like he's indicating that there may have been a groinal shot there, Al. I believe
A shot to the groinal area.
Hopefully Joe recovers well and quickly for us here. He's got to come off for a play.
Gervais, 3rd and 10 for the Grizzlies. Again, a lot of weapons every side of the field that he looks. He has somebody to throw to. He has somebody open. Yes, it is.
Teixeira.
That is Timmy Como. No, Paul Teixeira, big Tex. And he breaks the tackle. Down out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Big Tex for the Grizzlies as we march into Blue Knight territory. He runs the pattern. He catches after the catch. He looks like a tight end. One of the many weapons that we talked about earlier that Casey Gervais, quarterback for the Grizzlies, has at his disposal. Set back to pass again. A lot of options. Intended for Christian Marquis.
That was a 44-yard connection.
I'm going to say it again, not for the sake of being redundant, but composure, confidence. There's not much pressure being put on Casey, and he has all the time in the world. Kudos out to that offensive line that's given him that protection, Jeff. Hand off to Connor Bork as he rolls to the outside. Brought down at the 40-yard line.
Pick up of actually maybe 4 yards on the play.
Oh, for the first time, we see Ian Routhier set back in the backfield to Casey's left. Casey, it's a keeper. He runs through a pile. Brought down by number 53 of the Blue Knights. That's Edgar Hernandez. He's a senior for the Blue Knights.
Pick up of a few more yards.
Handoff to Connor Bork. Oh, boy. He's met by a wall of Blue Knights. First one on the tackle was number 86. That's Brian Macon. Brian Macon on the tackle for the Blue Knights.
Al, it was a gutsy play. Coach Huff went for it on 4th and 3 with the small body of Connor Bork pounding up the middle.
That was a gutsy play call, and you know, a wise man once told me, Jeff, that when he coached, he had a rule. If you're in their zone, might as well go for it.
And I do believe that to be a smart choice, Al.
That's a smart coach.
That would be a smart coach, Al. I would agree. If you're in your own zone, you better boot it.
Knights take over at the 34-yard line. Terrio set back in the shotgun. One step back, airs it up for number 18. Dodges the tackle, but he can't let go. Flash Gordon grabs him by the ankles, drags him down. That's number 18. That's Prince Nehemiah for the Blue Knights.
And Al, one thing that the Blue Knights are doing very effectively right now is they're running these short crossing slant routes, and very effectively. They are getting wide open in the zone of the Goffstown defense. It seems like every time they've run a crossing pattern, one of the receivers has gotten open, and the quarterback seems to be able to pick that up.
Handoff off the middle, being dragged down from behind the line of scrimmage. That looked like Cam Bond, number 57. He had him, and he wouldn't let go.
Cam Bond, and somebody was in there to help Cam clean that up. I think that was Pinard. But Cam held on.
Set back in the backfield for the Knights. That's Colin Knight in the running back position. Terrio sets back, passes it up. Pass is complete. Again, being dragged down, won't let go is Ian Routhier and Zachary Como. Pass was complete to number 18, Prince Nehemiah, for the Blue Knights as they move the chains into Grizzly territory. 1st and 10 for the Blue Knights.
There's that crossing pattern. Number 18 for the Knights sure seems to get open, and the quarterback is putting the ball right on the numbers today.
He sure is. Terrio set back. Pass is dropped, intended for number 85. That's Michael Springer. Pass was broken up by number 9, Flash, Alex Duvall. 2nd and 10 for the Blue Knights.
You know, I'm not sure what's got into Alex today, too, but he's playing with a little bit more urgency than he seemed to play last week against Londonderry. He's moving a little quicker. I wonder if his knee's feeling a little bit better. I know he had a broken knee brace issue last week, but boy, he's a little more aggressive.
Extra bounce in his step today.
That's for sure. And it's paying dividends for the Grizzlies.
Oh, looks like a broken play, Jeff. Zach Terrio in on the tackle, Cam Bond and Ryan Pernard. Looked like a miscommunication there on the Blue Knights.
Boy, that was a lot of running for no yardage, but boy, the quarterback eluded a couple of tackles before Bond and Bernard tracked him down.
Terrio rolls to his left. Pass intended and caught. No, out of bounds. Intended for number 32, Eric Lescart.
Hit by Matt.
That was a heck of a grab by number 32.
And Matt Collins met him at the point of contact with the ball. Good play by Matt. Matt looks like he's squatting down out there on the field, shaking off the hit a little.
Looks like a field punting.
Punt again.
Out to Alex Duvall, set back for the Grizzlies.
And Alex should field this clean.
Yes, he does. Grizzlies will take over in their own territory.
Alex.
1st and 10 from their own.
Alex called the fair catch on that. Interesting as he had a little bit of space to move, but good catch.
Jeff, looks like it's on about, would you say the 14-yard line? 15?
I'd say 13, 14-yard line there, Al. Short position again.
Oh, now we see Christian Marquis set back in the running back position. Rolls out. Passes complete to Connor Bork. Rolls to the right side. Cuts back across the grain. And brought down. Looks like a loss of about 2 yards, Jeff.
Oh, that is a loss on the play. Loss of maybe even 3.
Gervais set back to pass, has plenty of time. He airs it up to Collins. Pass is incomplete, just out of the reach of Matt Collins.
Boy, again, Casey was looking for Matt deep. Matt ran a good route. He just ran his route slowly. That pass was there if Collins was running it.
Gervais, 2 steps back. Flag is down.
Got some whistles.
With just under a minute remaining, the Grizzlies lead 7-0 over the Blue Knights.
You know, good to see graduated senior from last year, Greg Burnett, is out running around on the sidelines today, bringing water out and
Nice.
encouraging some of his former teammates on the sidelines.
Good to see the alumni get back involved.
You know, Al, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see my number get called today on on the 50-50 raffle. Once again, I've gone in for the 10-ticket purchase, and I'm hoping that.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, Jeff. What do you say, 50-50? Whoa. A cheerleader pyramid did go down. Looks like everyone's okay. Beth does not need to arrive to the scene. Bringing the action wherever we are, either on the field or off the field. Gervais set back in the shotgun, a lot of weapons. Teixeira to his right-hand side. It looks like he's going deep. He's looking. Oh, he's airing it big, and he's got Matt Collins. Oh! Threw his hands at the 50-yard line. Had enough on it. Collins could not bring it in. Oh, boy. That would have been a big play. And he made it to the 50. That's forget about the math. That's just a long pass. Big Tech set back to punt. The Knights will pick up some good field position. That's a great kick by Tex. Oh, and it's taking a Grizzly bounce into the 40 at the 35-yard line. Great kick by Big Tex. 65-yard punt, folks. Nice job, Tex.
First down, West, 10 to go.
Those are NFL stats. They sign contracts too, you know, Jeff. Oh, boy. Brought down immediately by 57, Cam Bond. That was 26, Joseph Roble for the Blue Knights.
From the West 36-yard line. Second down and 9 to go.
Looks like he might be the ball handler. Okay, that brings the first quarter to a close as the Grizzlies lead 7 over the Blue Knights 0.
Goffstown Grizzlies 7. And the West Blue Knights 9. Special announcement, the Goffstown Food Pantry is low on food right now and needs your help. There'll be a canned food drive throughout the next 2 weeks, beginning September the 23rd and continuing through October 4th. Items especially needed are mixed vegetables, meal meal pots, cooking mixes, and dry soup. Bring cans to Mrs. Amber's room or the main office. Raffle tickets will be handed out to donators, and prizes will be awarded at the end of the 2-week period. Thank you.
You know, Al, it's interesting. After the whole first quarter, Goffstown has 2 pass completions and 4 run plays for positive yardage. And That's it. That's
It's the defense that's making the stand.
the defense is playing well, and that 126-yard touchdown scamper for Casey.
Oh, a flag right away as they get to the line of scrimmage. That's going to cost the Blue Knights 5 yards. Again, too many men on the field, Jeff. We don't see that call very often. And
No.
twice in one game in the first half.
No, I'm sure their coaching staff is going to want to get that corrected right away. You can't have extra players out there and continuously take penalty yards for it.
West running back, that is Robles moving the chains for the Knights.
Finally,
I think he's just shy of the first down.
looks like taken down by Ian Ruthier on the play, who at the end of that play looked like he was trying to rip the ball out of the on the ball carrier, but that was a nice pickup of about 12 yards or 13 yards for Manchester. Looks like about a 13-yard pickup.
First down in on the tackle was Ian Ruthier and Ryan Pernard. Number 42 on the run, that's Colin Knight picking up the first down for the Blue Knights as they're knocking on the Grizzly territory.
And
Right.
Pernard again was there
48-yard
to
line.
clean up, but boy, Ruthier met that ball carrier quickly. He's aggressive. 8 tackles so far again today. We're just starting in the second quarter.
8 tackles today?
8 tackles. Unbelievable.
Hand off to Colin Knight one more time. Pickup of about 7 yards.
74
Brought down by 74.
Sam Sharon and Alex Thorne.
Alex Thorne, yep. Good to see his name being called out.
Yeah, you like to see the meat in the middle making some plays, and he got in on that one. Like to call out Big Joe Small's name too. Now we have Cousin out in more of the traditional corner spot, and Sharon in at the DN position.
Up to Colin Knight, right up the middle. They're taking advantage of that, and that is, they are met by a pack of Grizzlies as they move the chains for the Knights. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line.
There's some of the meat. Looks like we had Timmy Como and Big Joe Small in there. There was a host of Grizzlies on the tackle.
A gaggle of Grizzlies.
A growl. The growl of Grizzlies.
Timeout, West. 10-minute remaining in the half. Grizzlies still lead 7-0. And Jeff, look at, they're doing a T-shirt toss out in the stands.
Well, they are. They're doing
And a little football toss. How about that? Treating the fans right.
Oh, over the back of the bleachers on. Oh, and kids behind the bleachers are, well, they're
Oh, they're throwing it right back.
That'll keep the fans in the game.
Throw them a T-shirt, make them happy for a lifetime.
That little girl down there on the field behind the bleachers, Al, had quite an arm to get it back up there.
Grizzlies 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
Sacterio bobbles the ball, and it is recovered by
80, Timmy Como.
Timmy Como on the fumble recovery. You know, right away from that snap, Jeff, Terrio was bobbling the ball. It almost seems like the shotgun is a better way for things to go. That's the first time that they took a direct snap under the center, and they fumbled it.
Yeah, Al, it's tough to ask a quarterback to take so many shotgun snaps all day and then go under center like that.
Grizzlies take over from their own 41-yard line. Gervais set back in the shotgun. Connor Bork to his right. Hands it to Connor Bork as he rolls to the left. Oh, and he's dragged down. Got him by the shirt, dragged down by number 26, Joseph Roble for West. That's going to be a loss of some yards there, Jeff.
Loss of about 1. Forward motion was stopped pretty early in the play. Loss of about a yard for Connor.
That's a keeper, Gervais. Oh, he's met by number 79. That's William Mann in 42, the Colin Knight for West.
You know, Al, once again, I got to say it, it gets redundant. The diversity of Goffstown's run play selection is, well, there is none, Al. They run the same couple of rushing plays over and over. That's going to have to get mixed up if they're going to.
Gervais steps back. Pass is complete for a first down into Blue Knight territory. That's number 26. That's Psycho Justin Wayner. First down for the Grizzlies, and it looks like we got a little Philadelphia Eagle offense here. Quick no huddle, keeping West defense on their heels. Handoff to Connor Bork. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. Another quick play here, Jeff. Getting right to the line. Gervais to Connor Bork. Gain of maybe about 2 yards on the play. Brought down by big number 75. That's Russell Beeson.
Yeah, you have to use the run to set up the pass, Al, but at some point we're going to have to use a different run.
Gervais 2 steps back, airs it up. Pass was intended for Justin Wayner again.
That was in the hands.
That was a, you know, it seems like Casey can really put a little mustard on that ball.
He sure did. He hit Psycho right in the hands there, and that should have been reeled in.
4th down, 6 yards to go in Knight territory. Gervais 2 steps back, airs it up deep. Oh, and there's a flag, yes. Pass interference will be called on that, Jeff. You know, Big Tex had the lane, tried to come back and was interfered with very obviously. I'm sure all the folks at home saw that play as well. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies, deeper in Knight territory.
And I am kind of shocked that the field judge that was right next to Paul didn't call that.
Oh.
They're going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage. Which, you know, it's interesting, Al, that they did not mark off that penalty from the point of the infraction.
That's a keeper by Gervais. Hard fought few yards. Set back, going deep for Big Tex. Touchdown, Grizzlies to the big tight end, or at least I call him the tight end, number 81. Grizzlies back on the board.
And that is a 21-yard touchdown connection.
Well, my prediction is coming right. Casey's throwing close to 3 touchdowns, but first one is to Big Tex.
That's the first one, and Teixeira now has 65 yards receiving on the day.
The extra point is coming by number 51 on the Grizzlies. That's Mike Simons. Oh, and it is blocked.
And that
Extra point is blocked.
That kick was actually caught, Al, by the nose tackle, who is a big boy who had no vertical jump on that. That was a low kick, somehow right in the gut of the nose tackle.
Grizzlies lead 13-0 over the Blue Knights with 7:32 remaining in the first half.
And Al, I would like to make a correction here on a name. We've been calling Psycho Justin, we've been calling him Warner or Wayner even.
Wayner.
But it is in fact, and his mother Kelly would appreciate it if I clarified that it is Justin Warner.
Warner.
Yes.
Justin Warner. Oh, go! Number 21 was met hard by number 26, Justin Warner.
Psycho on the tackle.
Psycho on the tackle.
And again, that's Warner. It's almost like Warner with an R, but there is no R there. It's a Warner to say it that way. Heck of another young contributing sophomore for us, Al.
You know, I had a chance to talk to the coach again, and, you know, he was saying that it took a while for Marquis to get involved in the game last week, and Londonderry just did some things to take that play away, and I'm wondering if West is picking up on the same features of what Londonderry was doing. West 1st and 10. On the play, that was number 26. That's Joseph Roble for West.
And Tim Como and Ian Ruthier, and even looked like Cam Bond all in on that tackle.
Ian Ruthier right there again. He does gain the first down. It's West first down.
Okay, and here's a crazy statistic, Al. 10 tackles for Ruthier. We're in the second quarter.
Halfway through the game.
Boy.
His dad's probably one of those overachiever types that wants him to score like 20 tackles a game, you know?
Jeff was quite a defensive end with a good sack record of his own at Londonderry back in the day.
Did they wear helmets back in that day? Oh,
They were.
West running back falls down. There's a late flag on the play.
I'm pretty sure they did. They may have been leather helmets.
The leather helmets, those are.
Now, is that, who was in on that? Was that
Looks like
Bond?
Grizzly penalty.
Was that Cam Bond, again, on a receiving some laundry? Not sure what to call. Face masking? Oh, it's incidental face.
It's going to be at the 35-yard line for the Blue Knights.
So that's a 5-yard penalty for the incidental.
West first down on the 35-yard line.
Zacterio under center. Oh, boy.
ridden down by Cam Bond. all
That
the
is
way
number
down.
26, Joseph Roble. Cambron finally dragging him down.
Rode him down at about the 45. A big pickup for Manchester.
Blue Knights in Grizzly territory, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line with 6 minutes remaining in the first half.
And this is only Manchester's second time over midfield today, Al. Let's see what they can do with this. Or
Their last game against Bedford, they only made it into Bedford's territory twice as well in the first half. Handoff up the middle and just really nowhere to go. He's met right at the line of scrimmage, number 26. Again, Joseph Roble. Seems like this Roble is getting all the action on the ground for the Blue Knights.
Looks like Ryan Pennard back in on the tackle with Joe Small. Pennard active again. Handful of tackles on the day for Ryan now.
Second down and 10 from the Goffstown 45-yard line.
High snap. Oh, boy. And Timmy Como in right on that play immediately.
And Ryan Pennard cleaning up. The Timmy Como hit the quarterback. The ball went to the running back, and Timmy managed to hang on to both players while they were going down, and Pennard really just came in and cleaned up.
Yeah, Timmy gets the credit on that one, I think, only because he's the one that put that intense pressure right on that quarterback. He had nowhere to go, and he was well behind the line of scrimmage.
He applied the pressure. Once again, the thump of Pennard, though, did really clean that up. I mean, Pennard was in on that tackle. And
Well, if you're being tied up by Timmy Como and you're not expecting a big thud, all of a sudden that's going to hurt all that much more.
And we know that Ryan's got the ability to not only take off the offensive player's helmet, but his own defensive team's helmets as well. Half a dozen tackles for Ryan. Cam Bond also with a half dozen tackles today, and Ian Ruthier with 10. Those three certainly leading the Grizzlies.
Looks like the Blue Knight quarterback, number 10. That's Zach Terrio is being helped off the field. That's not good for the Blue Knights, as he's taken all the snaps for the Blue Knights. Interesting to see who will take over that big position. Looks like number 1, that's Zach Allard. Zach Allard, number 1, in for West in the quarterback position from the shotgun. Airs it out, rolls to his left, really under pressure. Cam Bond is applying that pressure. Justin Warner on the push out of bounds.
I think we've got to know. Warner. Let's call him Psycho.
Almost another too many men on the field there, Jeff.
Yeah, they've already tried that a couple times today, Al.
Set back, Alex Duvall, Christian Marquis. Headed into Alex's area. Nowhere to go, finds some room on the left, breaks a tackle, cuts back, down at the 33-yard line.
Alex Duvall, just by watching him as a kick returner, he doesn't seem to be the instinctual kick return type player.
As he is on defense.
Yeah.
He doesn't look as comfortable as he does on the defensive side of the ball.
He looked like he wasn't real sure where he was going there once he got the ball. Real slow to start moving north and south.
Grizzlies with just under 4.5 minutes in the half. Gervais still in the shotgun with Connor Bork right beside him. And his big threat on the right, on the left, everywhere you look. Gervais 2 steps back, under some pressure, rolls to his right. Pass is complete to the Ginger Ninja himself. He's still on his feet, and he's dragged out of bounds at midfield, right at the 50-yard line. Folks, that's the Ginger Ninja on that reception. Christian Marquis, big play. It's nice to see him come back to the ball. Saw Gervais, saw Casey in some trouble, came right back to the ball. Casey had a target.
That looks like a 10-yard pickup on the play. And
Oh, they calling him out of bounds at the 43.
yeah, that's about a 10-yard pickup. I'm wondering, second and inches.
Oh, boy.
Second and a yard.
And if they could move the, oh, they're gonna measure this one out. It's real close. I don't even think it's a yard.
So, Jeff, it must have been out of our sight line. I looked over here that he made it all the way to the 50. He must have touched out of bounds earlier. Looks like it's short, Jeff.
Measurement for the first down and rather short.
That's what I thought, Al. Second and inches. Second and about 4 inches to go. Not even a football to go, Al. I think Casey with a quick snap and a lurch forward, we've got the chains moved.
Just a lurch. Just a lurch.
Just a lurch.
You know, interesting note is the West fans are awfully quiet compared to that Londonderry crew.
Londonderry, Al, I called that the black contingent that they brought with them, and they make some noise.
I think their shirt said Londonderry Nation. They brought a whole bus of fans.
They certainly.
Gervais set back in the shotgun. Bork to his left. Keeps it. Quick pass to number 11. Sam Sharon. He's at the 10, the 5, and he's in the end zone easily.
Second reception of the year for Sam, Al.
Second touchdown. How about that for stats, folks? 2 receptions, 2 touchdowns. So, as I said, Jeff, Casey's on his way just at the half with 2 touchdowns. I'm not sure how many yards. I bet you he's close to 120 yards.
That was a 57-yard connection alone.
Yeah.
And like you said, second touchdown on the day.
You know, and interesting, when I had the conversation with Coach Huff, he did say that he likes to air it up more than most high school coaches.
144 yards right now, passing. 144 yards.
It's up, and the extra point is good. That's a new kicker for the Grizzlies as well, folks. That's number 51. That's Mike Simons. Welcome, Mike.
Al, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns passing with some time left in the first half. Casey is on pace for about 4 touchdowns, close to 300 yards passing.
I called 3.
I think that's a strong call, Al. The Ginger Ninja has been implemented now.
He has.
He had the 10-yard pickup.
A lot of hustle out of him, too. Mike Simons set to kick. Nice kick to number 21. That's Prince.
Connor Bork.
And he's out of bounds. Number 18, right at about the 30-yard line. Prince Nehemiah.
And Connor Bork dragged him out there.
You know, the Knights still have time. They have 4 minutes on the clock before the half is out, Jeff. So they can definitely put some points on the board. But as you said, they've only crossed the midfield twice.
You know, and Connor Bork, second tackle on the day, doesn't play defense. These are all special teams tackles, Al.
How about that, Sam Sharon? 2 receptions, 2 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, 2 receptions, and now,
You know, and I don't even think we mentioned him in the pregame as a threat. How about that?
Yeah, he's a sleeper, Al. He's a sleeper. I think you've got to incorporate him. 80 and 74.
That's Beaublé on the carry, and big 74.
Alex Thorne.
Alex
and Timmy
Thorne.
Como.
Again, Alex Thorne. Good to hear his name out there.
It's a second tackle on the day for Alex. He had a couple for us last week. As long as Alex maintains his energy level, looks like he's about ready for another chicken pot pie out there, Al. He's a hungry man. He's a hungry man. His mother once told me he likes those Marie Callender chicken pot pies to give him energy before the game.
I'm partial to the pot pies myself, Jeff.
I enjoy them.
Looks like
Apparently,
we're a
Alex
false
can,
start for the Blue Knights.
Perhaps even more than one himself.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Well, looks like the fans are enjoying themselves here today, Jeff.
Well, another great day out. Light breeze. Sun is poking through the clouds right now. Boy, this is technically last day of summer today.
Yes, you're right. Welcome, autumn. Zach Allard, high snap, rolls to his right, has nowhere to go.
Boy.
Wow. Met right away by Ian Ruthier.
And,
Trying to get the fans and the bench going.
loss of one, that's a sack. That is a sack. Ian Ruthier, 43, dropped the quarterback 1 yard deep. Not just a tackle, but Ruthier's second sack of the year. Second sack of the day for Goffstown. Remember Mitchell Cousin with the first one and the first defensive play of the game for Goffstown.
Got things going off on the right foot for us.
Well, the defense, you got to say, is playing solidly so far, Al. There are no points on the board for Manchester.
Zach Allard in the shotgun for West. Steps back, under pressure.
Oh, Cousin,
Takes the run himself. Brought down by Ian Ruthier. A lot of pressure put on by Flowmaster, 22.
Cousin just missed his second sack. Ruthier picks up his 11th tackle to go with his sack. Boy, Goffstown's defense is playing very well today.
Ben Genest coming in for Alex Thorne.
Looked like Alex was getting ready for a win near halftime here, Al.
Just under 2 minutes remaining in the half. Grizzlies lead 20-0 over West. West number 8, high snap. It's back at the 5, and it's recovered. It's recovered by Mitchell Cousin, 22. Flowmaster himself recovers the ball at the 5-yard line for the Grizzlies with a minute 47 remaining.
And it looks like there was some chippy play there, Al. I'm gonna say this. Number 8 for Manchester was just pushing 57 Cam Bond out on the field. No laundry thrown. Little surprised. I think the refs would normally step in when you got a player striking another player after the play. Looks like he was a little upset. He tried to kick the ball through the back of the end zone to take the safety
And he
on
missed
the
it.
play, and he whiffed. Recovered by Mitchell Cousin. Flowmaster giving Goffstown a chance.
You call the play here. I'm going with Big Tex. Big target in the tight end, in the red zone.
I'm going Sharon in the slot. Oh, and kid's a keeper.
Keeper, and he just has to fall in. Is he there? He's
That's
down.
A pickup of about
3 yards.
Oh, more than pickup of
I think
about,
he's at the 2, Jeff.
pickup of about 5 though. He had it on the 7. About 5 for Casey.
Hand off to
keeper
fake to
again.
Connor Bork. He can fall in, and it's a touchdown, but there's a flag on the field, Jeff. There's a
Laundry-
flag from the back from the
Laundry in
referee.
the backfield. Casey with a 2-yard keeper, but what's the call in the backfield? I'm gonna have to think
A holding.
Whoa, no, it's the play will stand. It was on West.
The penalty was on West. That's interesting.
That is the third 12-man penalty,
That's a touchdown for the Grizzlies.
and that's a second rushing touchdown for Casey.
Penalty is on West. The official is confirming it is a touchdown, Grizzlies. That will be 26-0 as we approach the 1 minute mark.
Well, and Casey now with 40 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdown passes, and almost 150 yards passing in the first half out.
And how about this? Senior Mike Simmons. Oh, it was bobbled.
And
It was
good.
bobbled by Collins. He quickly recovered. Good job, Matt Collins, on that difficult snap, getting that composure, putting the ball down for
That is
Mike
tricky
Simons.
to scramble like that and put the ball down and put it down well.
You talk about pressure. You have maybe a couple of seconds to get that ball, get it down. That's all kudos to Matt Collins on that play.
But what a heady player. Matt, again, being a quarterback, being a receiver, playing O, playing D. Matt is a heady football player, and that was a good play. That's a big contribution right there.
Again, quote from Coach Huffs about Matt Collins. He's smart, he studies the game, and he's made himself a versatile threat all over the field. That's another example on special teams, not just offense and defense, but Matt Collins on the special teams play as well.
And Al, you got to think that we're going to see a whole group of probably sophomores start creeping in the second half.
I think
here
so.
With a lot of injuries to Goffstown, I don't think they want to risk any more upperclassmen getting hurt. And 27-0 coming into the half here, Al. This is certainly the position that Coach Huff was hoping to be in. I think Goffstown's game plan today looks great. If they could mix up the run a little bit, I think.
Yeah, we've been pretty quiet on that roll. You know what we haven't seen much of is that short rollout pass to either Connor or Christian. Been pretty quiet on that.
Only one of those today.
It seems like he's really given the opportunity to air it out. These longer passes, the intentions to Matt Collins, to Big Tex, and giving Casey the opportunity to air out the ball a little bit, which is nice to see.
Great kick again, Al, into the end zone for Goffstown. Boy, the place kicking and the punting game for Goffstown is tremendous right now.
Special teams is getting it done, keeping them deep in their zone.
And you see Casey walking around, helmet off, kind of stretching, catching his wind. He's been active.
Zach Allard set back under pressure by Kusan. He's going real deep, has a receiver, and it is caught. No, now their official is calling incomplete pass intended for number 85, Michael Springer.
Boy.
He had that. He got right up there over the 2 Grizzly defenders, pulled it right down.
It looked like Duval might almost be able to make a play on the ball, but he did a great job of putting the pressure on the receiver to cause the incompletion.
Guess he didn't have a football move, they like to say, after that reception.
Second and 10 for the West Blue Knights.
Zach Allard in the shotgun one more time for the Blue Knights. High snap again. He's rolling out.
Mitchell Kusan.
He did not see Flowmaster. Flowmaster grabbed him right from behind. It's another sack for Mitchell Kusan. Boy, what a game for Mitchell.
Oh, and that sends him back 7 yards, Al. That moves him quite a ways back. Mitchell, very active. The quarterback stepped underneath Mitchell's pursuit initially, and then as he tried to roll back out to his left, there he was again. And
nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go on that play. Boy, Goffstown is bringing the heat. Under 30 seconds left in the half.
High snap again for Zach Allard. Cuts across, finds some room. Just short of the first down for the Blue Knights as he approaches the 30-yard line.
Bernard Duval on the tackle.
You know, that's Zach Allard. I'm familiar with him through hockey. And boy, last year I saw him take a hit across the neutral zone, Jeff. Probably one of the hardest hits that I have ever seen an individual take on the ice.
And he's going off the field now as the backup quarterback.
So now they got to go to their 3rd string quarterback.
Bernard, if you heard that last hit though, Al, Pinard and Duval came in, and Pinard, again, thumped number 1.
Looks like a sophomore, number 13, Jason Talbert, is going to be the playmaker, call maker for West.
Boy, this is, you got to feel for a team when they're down 27-0 at half, and the half is about to happen here.
We got 2 seconds for, oh, they're going to stop it with 2 seconds.
They're down 27-0 going into the half, and they're on their 3rd string quarterback, who's an underclassman, trying to keep it together. And you really do have to feel for a team in that position. Manchester's got a tough season this year, and hopefully they can at least stay healthy.
But Jeff, they're coming off a week also that they really got pounded by Bedford, 61-0. The week before, 49-6. At some point, you just got to give these kids credit to showing up and getting back on the field and having that desire and passion to just play the game they love, knowing that, they're fighting uphill, it seems.
Well, and Al, you do feel for a team in that situation fighting uphill, but you know what? They kudos to them. They got to stick with it. They're really not that far from being, a competing team here. They've got to make some adjustments and stay healthy, and I think they can make an impact still in Division I here.
It looks like this snap will take us to the half, Jeff, where the Grizzlies lead 27-0 over the Blue Knights of West. Folks, go get ready, go get your snacks, enjoy it, and come right back. Oh, they are going to run a play. They did pick up the first down. That brings us to the half, Jeff. Grizzlies 27, West 0.
Zach Como and Cam Bond on the last tackle of the half.
Folks, we'll be back right after the half. Enjoy your snacks, and we'll enjoy ours, and we'll come right back.
Just talking to Cody Paquette, sophomore for Goffstown High School, who is not playing football this season. He says he will be back next season. Al, Cody finishing his Eagle Scout program.
Looked like a pretty big boy.
He's a big, strong lineman, and it'll be great to have Cody back next year. But you got to be proud of somebody that has that kind of commitment and dedication. He's been in this Scouts program for so long. Great to see him finish with that and see it all the way through, Al. And
big decision.
It'll be good to. Now I know you made it to Weeblo, Al.
I was a Weeblo,
and I was excused from the program at Tiger Cubs for an incident with knot tying and little Daniel Schaus.
Folks, welcome back to second half action between the Grizzlies and the Knights of West, the Blue Knights of West, where the Grizzlies lead 27-0. Grizzlies set back to receive. Connor Bork, Christian Marquis.
This is an interesting kick formation. And
just about at the 20. It's picked up by Connor Bork. Oh! Wrapped up. Looked like almost like a horse collar. Brought down by number 18. Looks like 18 plays both sides of the ball. Prince Nehemiah. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at their own 30-yard line.
And Al, it looked like for a little bit that Goffstown couldn't figure out who should be receiving that ball. Nobody wanted to pick it up.
Okay, still Casey Gervais at the quarterback in the shotgun. To his left, Ian Ruthier. Connor Bork to his right. Hand off to Connor Bork. Has some daylight. He bumps to the outside. He's gone. He's at the 30. No one's going to touch him. 20-10. That's a touchdown, Connor Bork.
70-yard scamper.
70-yard gain. Grizzlies 33, West 0.
And Al, that'll really get the Goffstown fans involved. We've got about a dozen kids just going crazy in the stands.
Well, I think there's a fan contest going on this week, Jeff, and I think they're all vying for the spot.
A lot of baseball players in that group, Al.
Number 51, new addition to the team again, Mike Simons for the extra point. It's up, plenty of leg. It's good.
Al, and I got to make a prediction. Kelly Warner is going to kill me later.
Why is that?
Just because of this whole conversation about the enunciation of Justin's name. I've coached him for years, Al, and I get quite a kick out of how far this has gone. But I'm sure she may speak to me about this one.
Well, I should probably apologize as well.
You should, because I thought there was a, well, we've gotten the enunciation down now. We call him Psycho.
Let's go just call him Psycho. That's easier.
Well, there's 7 more on the board, Al.
7 more brings it to 34 early in the third quarter. I say probably the next trip out, we might see some different personnel on the field.
Well, just to keep Collins fresh, it would be good to give him a little bit of time again in the backfield, just because it is a 34-0 game at this point.
Sure.
And getting all of the younger receivers in the game would be good.
Prince Niemeyer brought down hard by 21 Connor Bork.
Connor Bork.
Special teams. He just runs for how many yards? 70 some odd yards.
70.
Comes back and makes the tackle on the special teams.
Third tackle of the day, Al. Doesn't play defense.
Doesn't play defense, all special teams.
Connor is an exceptional athlete, exceptional lacrosse player, exceptional wrestler, exceptional football player. He's an all-around good athlete. Fun to watch.
Interesting to see what West can put together here in the third quarter. Let's see who's in the behind the center. It's at number 13, Jason Talbert. Well, we hope Terrio and Allard are okay. They are first and second line quarterback. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Jeff. Cambon, you know, he went down hard. I don't know if they have a fourth-string quarterback. If he,
No, I think they would just direct snap to 18 and let him run around.
Oh, Zach Terrio is coming back. He was the first-line quarterback who was taken out early in the second quarter.
And that sack by Cambon, that's the 4th Grizzly sack on the day.
Wow.
The Grizzlies only had 1 sack all season coming into today.
That defensive line is really putting the pressure and caving in that offensive line and giving some opportunity for some more attackers to get behind the line of scrimmage, Jeff.
And again, Mitchell Couson with 2 sacks in the first half.
That's Prince Niemeyer, brought out of bounds at around the 35-yard line. Short of the first down by about 3 yards.
Yeah. Looks like Zachary Como, who's usually so solid on contain at the corner, somehow he got around him. Luckily for Goffstown there, Manchester's field position is still not good. It's 3rd and long, 3rd and about 6.
Under center is Terrio. That looks like 74, Alex Thorne. A little too anxious on that play.
Yeah, he may have energized with a pot pie at halftime, Al.
Or 2.
I would venture to guess it's safe to say there was a snack of sorts. Al, I think we should give a quick shout out too. Once again, thanks to the Grizzly Den Snack Shack.
That Snack Shack is fantastic. That delivery of that burger is
You, Jeff, and I with the cheeseburger at halftime, wonderful.
just the way we like it. A little ketchup, a little mustard.
Oh, we have a fumble in the
Ball is
backfield.
loose. Looks like West recovered.
All right, they fumbled in the backfield.
It's going to be 4th
4th
and
and 4.
5, 4th and 4. Looks like the punting unit will have to come on for the Blue Knights.
And they have an abstract punt. The punter actually seems to take some lateral side steps.
And kicks it sideways.
Yeah, an interesting motion, but it looks like the quarterback has just run into the huddle, and they figure, what the heck, let's go for it.
What the heck? 34-0. We might as well air it up and see what we can do.
What do they got to lose?
And they're a really tight formation in the back there, Jeff.
Wishbone.
That's Prince Niemeyer.
And it
And it worked.
the gamble paid off.
Yes, it did. In on the tackle is big number 74, Alex Thorne.
And 80, Timmy Como.
That's a first down for the Blue Knights. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. He seems to be doing all the running, all the offense for the Blue Knights, that's for sure, Jeff, number 18.
He is a big component of it. They're back in the wishbone.
26, Roble has been awfully quiet as well.
Whoa.
Terrio
Bond almost with a
squeaks
sack.
outside. Oh, trips up right at
Out.
midfield.
It looks like he slides to a stop. No tackle on the play. Quarterback just decided to slide down a yard before the first down. Al, interesting spot to pick to slide down. Another yard, he would have moved the chains.
Well, this could be the 3rd time that they're in Grizzly territory.
They're only a couple feet away.
Terrio handoff right up the middle to
And they have
26. That's Joseph Roble. Moving the chains in Grizzly territory for only the 3rd time today.
Ian Ruthier in on the tackle. Looks like he may have had a little help from Thorne and Flash and Zach Como, I'm not sure, but there was a growl of Grizzlies in on the tackle.
Handoff to Roble.
Wrestled down by Sam Sharon.
Looks like Sam got in there first.
Sam sort of gave him the headlock tackle, it almost looked like.
As long as if it's clean and as long as if he goes to the ground, right?
No hands on the face mask, we'll take it. Little high. Little
2nd
high.
and 8 for the Blue Knights. Toss
Pitch.
out to 20.
Sweep left, and Justin
Ooh,
Warner
26.
and Ian Ruthier.
Roble on the carry. Pickup of about 3 yards.
Justin Warner and Ian Ruthier on the tackle. You know, this is a ridiculous stat, Al, but Ian Ruthier's got 13 tackles and a sack today.
That's terrific.
I wonder if they're going to give him a blow at some point.
Give him a little rest.
Maybe even give him a little time in the slot on some offense.
Pitch to Prince Niemeyer. Rolling outside. He's running out of room. Forced out of bounds. Pretty much right at the line of scrimmage, Jeff. He kept rolling right, but there was nowhere to go. Grizzlies contained him.
And a pile of Grizzlies there. Zach Como forced him all the way to the edge, and then he was really ridden out of bounds on the play.
4th down and 4. If they went for it at their 30, they're certainly going to go for it here, Jeff. That's Colin Knight for the Blue Knights. After a pickup of about 2 yards, brought down by Alex Duvall, Alex Thorne,
Ian Ruthier.
Ian
I
Ruthier.
think Ian Ruthier was the initial hit again.
Blue Knights short for the 1st down. Grizzlies take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
crediting Ruthier, Duval, and Thorne with that last one. I think Ian was there first, but got a lot of help. And we got Collins getting some looks.
There we go. Matt Collins in the shotgun. Looks like we have a new running back to his right. And we do.
Number 2.
That's number 2. Number 2 is Damon Morin. He's a senior.
Drop to number 2. No gain on the play. Second down.
Damon actually with a loss of yards on the play, a loss of a yard or two,
Damon
2
Moore in the
yards.
back area. No gain on the play. Second down and 11.
Now I guess is Damon been he's been in motocross, I believe. This is his first year of football. as a
First year of
senior?
football as a senior. Collins rolls to his right, still has the option
Got Marquis.
to Christian Marquis. If he has room, he's gone. Brought down by 3 Blue Knights. Prince Nehemiah, number 55, Simon Cole.
Pickup of 14 for
Moving the
Marquis.
chains, Christian Marquis. Nice run. I like that little option on the outside that Matt had.
Collins rode that very well, took the defensive pressure off, hit Marquis just as he was turning the corner, and Christian made a nice 14-yard pickup out of it. Well executed play, Al, I agree.
Damon, oh boy, sacked well behind the line of scrimmage. That's Damon Morin. Really, as soon as he was handed the ball, Jeff, he had a white jersey in his face.
That's 2 carries for a net -7 for Morin to start his football running career.
I just think that's a case of bad luck. Every time he's handed the ball, there's 1 or 2 folks right in his face. Got no options, nowhere to go.
Yeah, well, the O-line looks like it's got a gap between guard and center right now. Oh, and we're pulling.
Oh boy. That's Matt Collins, quarterback on the keeper, for another loss of some yards for the Grizzlies.
Collins stood up for a loss of 4.
Gonna be 3rd and long for the Grizzlies, about 14, oh, maybe more than that, Jeff.
Well, the Grizzlies have negative rushing yards on this series here.
Collins makes the call. Right up the gut to Damon Morin. Boy, oh boy. Met by 26, Joseph Roble.
But it looked like he had a pickup of a couple yards. Pickup of about 2.
4th and long for the Grizzlies. New personnel coming to the field. The punting unit with Paul Teixeira set back to punt.
Now Paul's
Folks,
kicking into the wind here, Al, so we'll see if he can still get off one of these.
so it might be 49 instead of 52 yards.
We'll see how it goes. The last one was 65 with the bounce.
Oh, another good strong kick. It's going to take a Grizzly bounce right
From the
Right at the
35
20.
almost to the 20, so that's another 45-yard, 43-yard probably kick, but a flag down.
Flag is down.
But again, a solid punt by Paul.
Very good punt into the wind, as you said. Let's look for the official signal here, Jeff. Personal foul, Grizzlies.
Replay 4th down, and they're marking the penalty.
Did you get a chance to see what that might have been, Jeff?
I did not see it. I can only imagine it must have been a late hit, block in the back. Boy, that pushes them way back into their own territory.
We're going to need a big kick. to keep him out of our territory for sure. For the Blue Knights, number 26, Joseph Roblé. He's the fellow with wheels set back to receive the punt. Right at about midfield. Oh boy, it looked like he might have touched it.
Oh.
22 picks it right up. And
Oh.
a flag comes out right away. That's Eric Bro.
Another good punt from Paul Teixeira.
Ball is on the west 44-yard line.
Blue Knights take over with just a tick under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter as the Grizzlies lead 34-0. Will be first and 10 for the Blue Knights.
The ball after a fair catch signal. 5 yards.
Okay, the fair catch was called by another player, and the player who picked it up did not see that. Tried to return the ball to clarify that call on the play, and you know, that's interesting. It doesn't matter who calls it once the fair catch
And
is
as the
called.
Grizzly fans told us, Jeff, you can't do that.
You can't do that. The Grizzly fans have been really involved today, Al. It makes a fun atmosphere here.
Fun
at the home
atmosphere,
stadium.
great day for football.
Love to see the Grizzlies involved.
Terrio in the shotgun, immediately, quick handoff. And he has, he's tripped up on the play.
Tripped up by number
That's number 27. We haven't called his name much. That's
55.
Johnston Goncalves.
55. Pinard trips him up by the shoelaces. Great shoestring tackle. Yeah, it's fun to see the home crowd excited, Al. This is the first time Goffstown has really had a contingent of students out here cheering on their team, and it's certainly a great day for football. Fun day to be out here with the Grizzlies up 34-0.
Quick handoff again, and it's a reverse.
Sam
Sharon is there. Sam is there, and
Sam and 34.
34 in to close the deal. That's Josh Bethune. Josh Bethune, another sophomore. Finished the deal, but Sam really tied him up.
Sam was there, but 34 helped come in and clean up. The two of them credited for the tackle.
And for sure, we have new personnel on the field here, which is good to see, Jeff. You got to give them experience. You got to give them that opportunity to make plays, make mistakes, learn from that, and move forward.
And I see we got Morin over at the left corner for Goffstown. Looks like giving Zachary Como a blow.
High snaps. Zach Terrio scrambles under some pressure. Airs it up. No. Intended for number 85, Michael Springer.
And Morin on the coverage over there. Rode him right out to the sideline. Pretty good coverage. Pressure in the backfield by Bond and Cousin. Again, Flowmaster, Al, providing some pressure. We got Janest coming in now, and Thorne and Bond coming out, getting a break. We've got
Brad Beliveau, number
Mr.
87.
Mr. Marquis. Who's he? The
The
ninja.
Ninja. Set back to receive with Flash. And the way this gentleman kicks, I'm going to predict it's going to go over to the right side towards Christian Marquis.
The Ninja.
And
And
here we
you
go.
are correct, Al. Right to Marquis.
Marquis is going to have some room. If he can get around this fella, boy. Oh, he's still on his feet, Jeff. He has blockers. He's across midfield. He's gone. 20, 10, Jinja Ninja. How many is that for him today? Is that
That's
two?
Well,
He didn't get it from a pass, but I called that he would have two today, Jeff.
there is laundry on the play.
Oh, no. Jeff,
Oh,
I'm all excited looking at the end zone and there's laundry
Al,
back at the 30-yard line.
Al, that was a 70-yard return for the Ninja.
Oh, that's disappointing. That's probably a block in the back.
There was the touchdown for him, Al.
Oh, boy. That would have been his second of the day, right?
First of the day, Al. First one today, and it would have been on a return, but counts as a touchdown. Goffstown's gonna have this penalty marched off.
Oh, we're just about at the 2-minute warning in the third quarter. Grizzlies will take over. First and 10.
Well, Flowmaster just gave his pipes, gave a gun show over there to the
did he?
to the cheerleaders, Al.
Yeah.
He's talking to them a little bit.
Is
He's
he
happy.
flashing the guns?
It looks like he's happy about what's going on here.
He's showing
today.
a gun show.
He's excited. He's over there talking to Alex Duval, Flash Gordon.
And it'll be first down, Goffstown, from the 23-yard line.
Okay, Damon Morin, Matt Collins in the backfield, and Ian Ruthier.
All right.
Collins hands it off.
To Morin.
Morin, and boy, nowhere to go. Did he even make it back to the line?
I think Morin, unfortunately, is running in reverse sometimes so far. Keeper
Collins,
for Collins.
oh boy. That's a lot of contact there.
That's the hard running by Matt, though.
Hard running and met by Joseph Roble.
About a 2-yard pickup.
It's a hard fought 2 yards.
Yeah, Collins, you know, he tries like heck, but I think we see that all too often that he's got to work real hard for a yard or two. Got to like the effort, though.
1 minute left in the third quarter.
And you got to like what Coach Huft is doing. The clock is running. He's getting a lot of players in there. This is really up 34-0. This is really the way to coach the game. Give everybody some time and see what you can.
Collins
see
keeps
what
it.
you can make out of
Oh
it.
boy. Number 53 on the carry. That's Edgar Hernandez on the tackle.
Pickup of 1 for Matt.
4th and 10 for the Grizzlies. Looks like Big Tex is in for the punt. Smart play. They're going to run out the clock. That should bring us to the end of the third, Jeff.
Yeah, I think we may get there even before the ball is off. Looks like they're going to go for it. They're going to get the ball off before the quarter. And
Nice kick again. Going to get a Grizzly bounce.
Grizzly bounce.
Out to the 43-yard line.
Still a 32-yard kick.
Well, Jeff, as we start the fourth quarter, Blue Knights will take over 1st and 10 at the 37. I'm sorry, the 43. You know, Jeff, as we said, one team is going to leave here with the W, and unfortunately, one is going to leave with an 0-3 record.
Yeah, and Al, you know, the injuries obviously contributing for West's struggles today, but
Well, that goes back to our first conversation in the first edition of this show, was some of these teams just don't have the depth. I mean, how many teams really have 3 or 4 deep quarterbacks?
well,
Not many.
and that's a credit to their coaching staff that they had 3 kids ready. That's a positive thing for them. They had some guys that were able to step in, and but here 34-0, they're starting to hang their heads on the Manchester sideline a little bit. And Al, it looks like the Manchester stands, the Manchester side of the stands over here are starting to thin out quite a bit.
More new personnel. Number 72, that's Jack Nordine,
Jack, another
in for
sophomore,
Alex Thorne. Jack is another sophomore.
and he's a big
He's a
body,
big boy.
big body in the middle. Jack has some history as a kicker, place kicker, and punter.
Basketball player, too, I heard.
Yeah, he's a decent athlete. Another one of those multi-sport talents. Okay, we've got 34-2.
Oh boy, cross midfield, brought down by a whole lot of Grizzlies. Number 40 in particular, that's Caleb
Number 2.
Picard, another sophomore. 27 is Johnston Goncalves.
2, and looks like maybe Ryan Pernard and Morin on the tackle. Morin's
Ryan
first.
Pernard looks like he's going to come off.
Well, that's good. And we have number 40 in there. Is that now, who is number 40, Al? Is that,
Number 40 is Caleb Picard. Looks like we have somebody working out at the center position on the sidelines. Give Ben Janesta a relax. That's Andrew Byron.
and Andrew does have some years of centering in the youth program.
Terrio rolls to his right. Pass, no one's there. It looks like it's intended for number 27, Johnston Goncalves again.
And great to see, Al, again, credit Greg Brunette, senior, graduated last year, is back helping some of his former teammates, working with Janest and Byron on a backup center to long snap for Goffstown. And, you know, it's just great to see kids coming back and contributing like that. And Greg was a fun football player to watch last year.
Big body.
Big body.
Terrio takes the snap, airs it up deep for number 85, and he comes down with it. That's Michael Springer. You know, Damon Morin had great coverage on that. It didn't seem like there was much room to even have a ball slip in there, Jeff.
You know, Al, I'll be honest. I'm surprised that they didn't throw laundry at Morin. Morin's head was on the receiver, never looked at the ball.
He was so close.
Well, he was contacting the receiver. He was riding him right out of bounds. And tight coverage there, but
number 58 for the Grizzlies coming in now. That's Andrew Gilmet. We call him Guapo. Know him from our Little League days. Great pitcher. Puts a lot of speed on that ball. El Guapo.
Really? Well, let's see if El Guapo can put a little El Pressure-o in the middle.
Zach Terrio, snap, airs it up again. Oh! Pass intended for number 32. That's Eric Lescart. Intended for Eric Lescart. Pass is incomplete.
Well, Al, it's getting deep into the fourth quarter now, and it's still 34-0 for Goffstown. Fourth in everything for Manchester, just past midfield. Looks like once again, they're lining up to punt.
And if he's a righty, it's Christian Marquis in the backfield.
At this point, I thought they were going to say, what the heck again, and maybe go for it on fourth down.
Grizzlies will take over first and 10 at the 20.
Maybe just shy.
11 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, 34-0. Your Grizzlies on top.
First and 10, Goffstown Grizzlies.
Well, it's certainly fun to see the home team jump out in a game like this. It's got to give these kids a boost of confidence. They've played hard here today. They've played well. Defense has been stellar. Offense has put points on the board. Special teams have been solid. I think the coaches have handled the game well.
Number 25 is in the game, another sophomore, Ethan Houle.
And Ethan Houle, who's only had one carry on the season so far for a short loss.
Number 87, Brad Beliveau in on the action.
It'd be nice.
Collins will take the snaps.
And do we have, is that Brock Hines? We have some younger receivers in there.
Oh boy, a lot of people right there.
Ethan Houle looks like on the carry. Oh, and looks like Ethan dropped for a loss of about 2.
Taking their time, certainly, Jeff.
Well, I think Matt Collins is letting some time roll off the clock with a 34-point lead.
Sure.
No need to rush things. And Hooley on the carry again, Ethan Hoole. Looks like this time a pickup of about 2.5 yard. Pickup of
Third and long for sure, Jeff.
Pickup of maybe a yard. And Collins again, letting the time roll.
Sure.
The right thing to do. You're up by 34.
Oh, he keeps it, rolls to his left. Oh, boy, brought down by number 86. That's Brian Macon. He's a junior for West.
Boy, and
Brian
loss,
Macon.
Loss of about 3 yards for Matt.
Big Tex set to punt. Should give the Blue Knights some favorable field position. Joseph Roble set back to receive for West at about the 40-yard line, 45-yard line. Same thing, Jeff. They're going to let the clock go. Another great kick. Consistent kicks here. Oh my gosh. Did not field it right.
Oh, and Morin right
Damon
there.
Morin right there on the coverage.
Boy, it almost looked like we had a shot to get it right back.
Blue Knights take over at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 in Grizzly territory.
First down, West Blue Knights.
Let's see what Grizzlies we have out there on the field. Looks like 87. We still have Ruthier, 43 out there. Ethan Hoole comes in.
Like to announce the winner of the alternate fan
83 is coming in.
83, Sam Bennett, sophomore.
Sam Bennett,
Thanks to the soccer team
great kid.
helping out and making this happen. And especially the Miss Katie Howe as an alternate in today's
Sam Bennett, I coached him in youth football. Always a very polite, very pleasant young man.
Jake Gagnon. Shout out to Jake Gagnon. He is the Grizzly fan of the day. Hey, Jeff, let's do a shout out here to the girls volleyball. Both varsity and JV won their matches the other day. And the golf team had a clean sweep over Merrimack Valley. And
Great job by
Lebanon
Goffstown.
as well.
Goffstown athletics all the way around right now with the Grizzlies picking up their first win of the season today. It's a good week all the way around for Goffstown High School sports.
Eight and a half minutes remain, folks, in the fourth quarter as your Grizzlies lead 34-0 over the Blue Knights of West.
West Blue Knights from the Grizzly 35.
Terrio pitches it back to Roble. He makes the turn. Damon Morin grabs him. He's still spinning on his feet.
Oh, and taken
Number
down
58.
by 58.
58, that's Guapo. Big Guapo on the tackle.
And
Kudos.
he was motoring downfield to make
That's a
that
lot of
play.
body to be motoring around, and he let that guy know it. Roble. Good job, Andrew.
He did get that. And now we've got freshman Peyton Bickford in.
Number 14.
Just stepped in. He's playing
Jake
in.
Nault is in as well.
And Bickford is in a little guy with some wheels. He's over playing against Big 75 on the DN spot. Oh, and
He got some
Bickford
laundry.
jumped.
Yeah, he was a little anxious there, Jakey.
Peyton is a competitive young player and just couldn't contain himself. First play on the varsity field.
Peyton, what do you have for Peyton?
Bickford, I've got him at number 14.
Yes, I'm sorry, Peyton Bigford. Guess I have an incorrect roster here.
I'll scan and email you a copy of mine here. We've got some changes. I've got about 4 or 5 number changes.
42, big boy being hauled down.
Peyton Bickford and Ian Ruthie are in on the tackle.
That's Colin Knight for the Blue Knights.
And Bickford just picked up, got in on his
first tackle?
Tackle as a varsity football player.
And he said he's a freshman.
He is a freshman.
Nice.
And Ian Ruthier, give
Well,
the kid a win.
Let me guess.
15 tackles today
15 tackles.
and a sack.
That's 18 points in my fantasy league, you know,
Unbelievable.
for a defensive player.
Unbelievable. Coach, give Ian a break. He's earned it today.
Tatro keeps it himself.
Oh, a little
Forced
bit-
out of bounds by number 40. That's Caleb Picard forcing Terrio out of bounds.
Boy, we've got a lot of contributors here on defense today. And still, while Manchester is closing deep into the red zone here, Goffstown is still yet to give up any points.
62 in the game. That's Andrew Byron. He's a sophomore.
And Ruthier now has his helmet off on the sideline, Al. It looks like he's finally
deserved a
come
break.
off.
Pass is up, intended for number 32 with an acrobatic play. That's Eric Lescart. You know, Jeff, if you recall in the second quarter, he had that amazing diving catch, but he was just out of bounds towards the end of that play, and that little fella can get up and give some air.
He's not a real tall player, but he did get up. He got after it. And here Sam Sharon comes off the field.
Third down with 5 to go for the Blue Knights.
Looks like Patrick Leahy,
Toss, and
number
it's
4.
mishandled. The ball's loose. He's down. Down by El Guapo on the coverage.
I think Bickford and Leahy
They
got
overshot
there
him.
also.
I think they overshot him, and Guapo finished him off.
I think the fumble, the player may have been down, but a lot of enthusiasm by Guapo. Gotta love seeing that. Gotta love seeing some backup players getting in there and excited to have their chance and motoring to the whistle. Timeout West. The
Timeout West.
Coach with an emphatic timeout call. He
Just at about 6.5 minutes left, Jeff, with 34-0 over West. Exciting game, a lot of production, both sides of the field, running, passing, and how about special teams?
well, Goffstown has been doing very well today all around. Looks like Manchester is frustrated. Looks like they're in great field position and they're trying to put something together here for themselves to put
Well,
some points on the board.
Looks like they're prepping for a kick.
they're going for it.
That is number 8.
And kicking from the 30. This is going to be a 40-yard attempt into the wind.
That's a
and
gutsy call.
This is not a gimme
Tim
kick.
Pazak.
This is no gimme right
Not
here.
a gimme.
This is a kick.
Oh, and it's a fake. Oh, pass intended for
And,
number 53,
And that fake,
Edgar Hernandez.
the placeholder was going for it. The placeholder was going for it instantly, Al, which indicates that that was a design play. That
Sure.
was no mistake. They were going for the fake, and I think that's why the coach called the timeout. He wanted to get that play across and see what they could do to get a strike in on the red zone. But Goffstown able to shut it down.
Just under 6.5 minutes left here, Jeff. Let's see what the Grizzlies decide to do. 1st and 10 from their own 23.
Well, we got a bunch of underclass. Well, there's Alex Thorne going back in, junior, but we've got some freshmen and sophomores going back in also.
And who's behind the center? Looks like number 14. Behind the center.
Peyton Bickford,
Peyton Bigford. How about that? You said he was a freshman. Getting
Yes.
some snaps here.
freshman quarterback, getting the ball. with the keeper.
Oh, and he kept it, and he's got room. Off to the outside, he breaks the tackle, cuts back.
And up
Yes,
to the
at the 45.
That is a 23-yard pickup for
How about that for a
Bickford.
freshman? 23-yard gain on your first snap of a varsity football game.
You know, we've had some positive results. Little Nick Moquin, Nitro Nugget Moquin was
Nitro Nugget.
in the first game of the season. Got to throw one pass for a positive, for a 7-yard reception by Brock Hines on the play. And now Bickford coming in and contributing as well. So we've had 2 freshman quarterback in for Goffstown this year, making contributions.
Bickford hands off to
Hands off
Damon
to-
Morin, and boy,
More and back to the line, it looks
I'd like to see what Damon could do when he has some green in front of him.
Yeah, he has not had green today, Al. He's had about 5 carries for a net loss of 7 yards. But Bickford, you gotta love to see a freshman in there and excited to be. Peyton is eager to make something happen.
83, Sam Bennett.
Sam Bennett's going in
hustling in.
for Zachary Como. Bennett's going into the slot. Bennett probably lining up as a receiver for the first time all year.
That's a low snap. Bickford keeps it.
Oh,
He's wrestled down right away.
Peyton is sacked on the play.
Number 52, that's Kenneth Gladys Jr.
Ball carrier. It's also a loss on the play.
Number 30, Tyler Small, another freshman in on this play. Number 47, another freshman, Franklin Castillo Diaz, in on this play. Set out as the wideout, Jeff.
And the thing to note about Franklin, Al,
Tyler Small as
is-
well, number 30.
speed. Franklin's got extraordinary speed. One of the fastest kids in the entire Goffstown program.
This is almost entirely a freshman team right here. Low snap again. Bickford keeps it. Pushes that pile along.
And picks up about a yard, maybe even 2.
Brought down by number 57. That's Jonathan Child. Fourth and long. The Grizzlies decide to punt with Paul Teixeira with about 3.5 minutes remaining in the game.
Oh, and they're calling for Andrew Byron to get out on the field. We've always called him Trisket, Al.
Trisket.
Earned that because he couldn't get to a practice without eating something.
Needed
As
a
kid.
Trisket, did he?
Needed some crackers. His mother always had some. Chris would bring Triscuits.
Nice kick. Grizzly bounce out at about the 30-yard line, Jeff.
Ball travels out inside the 30-yard line. The West Blue Knights will have the ball first and 10 on the 29-yard line.
Well, certainly a congratulations is going to have to go to the coaching staff, the players, and even the fans. That
Fans
12th player today, Jeff.
12th man in the stands was active today, Al, and it certainly made it a lot more exciting. And I think this game has been well managed today by the coaching staff, well executed by the players. No points on the board.
A lot of freshmen in on the defensive side of the play as well. Oh, boy. Breaks a tackle. Oh,
Oh, and number 40.
number 40 in on that. That's a big hit. That's Caleb Picard. That's a big hit. Big fella running there, number 69
Sure
for the Blue Knights.
And Picard came in and did not back down. Laid a thump.
Not at all.
And all right, number 12's and
And
that's
on the
Nick
field.
Moquin.
That's Nick Moquin.
Nitro Nugget.
Nitro Nugget in for the Grizzlies. Oh, Pass intended for number 30.
That's a
live
backward
ball.
pass.
Yes, it is. That's a live ball.
Wow.
Pass intended for Mackenzie Mayhew. He's a freshman for West.
You know, and Nick Moquin coming in, another just very competitive, gritty young freshman football player. You know, I think Franklin is in there now, and Nick and Peyton, and we got a lot of freshmen in there right now. We got a whole bunch of new linemen coming in too.
Sam Malone, number 77 at the nose guard. He's in there. Brad Beliveau, 87. He's in.
And Pat Leahy. Patrick Leahy in on the tackle. Looks like Peyton Bickford might have been close to that too. Boy, I am losing track, Al, almost.
There's a lot of players out there.
A lot of players here. A lot of jersey numbers have made tackles today, Al.
Oh,
We're going
boy.
to have 20 contributors on this team. Oh, the quarterback rolls out.
Pass intended for 13 and caught. Brought down by number 30, Tyler Small. Pass was caught by number 13 for the Blue Knights. That's Jason Talbot. He was the third string quarterback that we saw earlier on.
He was run out of bounds by Nick Moquin.
And I believe Tyler Small.
And Tyler Small, but big pickup on the play, drug out of bounds.
Under the 2-minute mark, Jeff. 34-0, Grizzlies lead. Quarterback set back. Oh.
Lot of pressure. 87
Intended for number 57, Jonathan Child. Pass is incomplete.
A lot of pressure from Bickford and number 87, who is
Brad Beliveau.
Those two had the quarterback heaving it away on that play. I'd like to note once again, excellent work by Mr. Ruthier. Thank you, Jeff, for your work today behind the lens again. Jeff's done an excellent job for us this year, keeping the picture, the play in picture all season long for us. Great job.
Oh, it's aired up. Oh, pass is complete. Down at the 10-yard line.
Taken down by number 30.
That is 83. That's Miles Gomes Bovair. He is a sophomore for West for the Blue Knights. This is the deepest they've come in the Grizzly territory, Jeff.
Taken down by Tyler Small.
Just about a minute and a half remains.
And Manchester has a chance here to do something. And I'm just going to say this right now. Class act right here by the Goffstown coaching staff. They're keeping the freshmen in, and they're letting them have the experience.
Oh boy, that's a big fella, number 57, Jonathan Child.
Boy, it looks
brought down by number 4. That's Pat Leahy.
66, 83, 4, all in on
66.
Patrick Leahy with his second tackle.
Well, that brings us under the minute mark here, folks. If the West can put something together, they're at the 10-yard line. Grizzlies lead 34-0.
And the GTV crew just got the thumbs up of approval from Cam Bond down there on the sidelines.
Oh, excellent.
I think he's happy with the day.
It could be the last play of the game. He airs it up. He has a man.
And picked.
It is intercepted.
Picked
What young
34.
fella did that? 34. That's Josh Bethune. Nice job, Joshua. Number 34, he is a sophomore.
And I believe this is Josh's first year as a football player.
Nice to see a young guy come up with a big play like that. Keeping the Blue Knights to a scoreless game, that's a big play for a young guy like that.
And you know what, Alan, again, credit to Coach Huff. He left the underclassmen in there.
Absolutely.
And they did it for him.
Good job, Coach.
Came up big in the clutch. That's it's a class act. Give your underclassmen a chance. Give the other team a chance to continue to play in the red zone. Now we have Nordine checking back in. Peyton Bickford under center.
I would guess they'll just drain the clock here, Jeff.
Looks like Peyton's taking a ball. This is the first snap I've seen under center all year. Goffstown takes a knee under center. Good job.
Take the knee and then close in that game out.
End the game here.
Congratulations certainly goes to the coaching staff, the Grizzlies, and all involved to get us our first win of the year, Jeff. Next week, folks, we're at Central at 7 p.m. on Friday evening. Friday evening at Central at Gill Stadium.
21 Grizzlies with a tackle today, Al. That's a lot of kids getting in there and being able to contribute.
It sure is. Congratulations, folks. We hope you've enjoyed our production. And, folks, you know, it doesn't hurt if you have any questions you want to write in to Jeff or myself, send in an email over to Goffstown TV. We're happy to field any type of questions that you have. We'd love to hear from you. And good points, bad points, we'll take it all. We're all big boys here, and we love doing this, and it's certainly an awful lot of fun when we have a day like this and certainly a W, Jeff.
Great time. It's always more fun with the WL, and we keep getting this kind of weather. I'll take it all season long for doing the broadcast. But excellent job by Goffstown today, and looking forward to rolling this momentum into next week.
Yeah. Well, let's send it off from Adam McCune in the back of the studio, Jeff Ruthier on the camera, Jeff Hubbard, and myself, Al Potvin. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.